Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and for today's movie we're going to be checking out 2015's Pixels starring Adam Sandler. This is something that I haven't heard the most good things about it, but still kind of curious about checking it out myself because I liked a lot of the older Adam Sandler movies. Obviously in more recent years he's a bit of a hit or miss sort of thing. What do you know about this movie going into it? Because you haven't seen it either, have you?
No, I have no idea what this is. I remember that the commercials, like I saw commercials for it, but they didn't leave an impact, obviously.
You just know about the video game aspect of it and nothing else?
Yeah.
Okay. That's kind of, I mean, I think I know a little bit more because I remember a little bit more from the trailer because I saw that at the time, but other than that, I don't know anything about the movie. I haven't seen it for myself, so like I said, I haven't heard good things about it, but I'm willing to give this one a shot. So here it is, 2015's Pixels. I take it this is supposed to be him when he's a kid or something?
Yes. That's what I guessed. I mean, it could be wrong.
I mean, it does look like it's about the 80s. Okay, so summer 82. So yeah, that's probably Adam Sandler's character when he's a kid. I do miss the days of arcades.
Oh, yeah.
And there's that pretty cool one next to the house, though, but it's not quite the same.
I miss roller rinks.
Yeah.
But they normally had arcades in them, too.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I was more interested in, at roller rinks, because I wasn't good at skating.
Oh.
The game always cheats, too, if you can't win.
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
Or your controllers don't work.
Yeah. Because the game's cheating. This movie's clearly catering to nostalgia.
Mm-hmm. It's a little older than me, though.
Yeah, I was kind of like right at the tail end of this.
You don't have any friends, do you?
Just my grandma.
You.
I love the product placement right there.
Really?
I mean, if this is an Adam Sandler movie, you know it's going to be filled with product placement.
We have representatives here from the Guinness Book of World Records, as well as NASA, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration.
Why?
Who will be videotaping tonight's competition to be included in a compilation of 1982's news events and popular culture.
Okay.
That videotape will be placed in a space probe, which will be launched by NASA into our solar system. Ladies and gentlemen, start your gaming!
Congratulations.
On coming in second.
Ooh, sick burn.
The world champ.
Sam.
I mean, second place isn't losing.
No.
Sam,
I mean, you're the first loser, but I mean, you're still the first loser.
You're a millionaire.
Why'd you yell at me? You're mean. Leave her alone. The president can't win.
Why are all those cameras on the individual girls in that room? I mean, how many news cameras do they have there?
It's true.
I mean, they got all the angles there, and they're all mic'd up and everything.
I mean, you were incredible at video games back in the day, but that's a useless skill now. It's like being a great...
Not anymore.
Yeah, this movie came out in 2015. Gaming was actually pretty big at the time. It still
Good to
is.
say.
Mr. President, if you take away all the libraries, sir, how will the children ever learn to read?
Such a fun thing to do.
Yeah. I mean, you could do a lot if you're a good gamer. That even a bad gamer, as long as you're entertaining.
Exactly.
I wonder if he actually still plays, because he says he used to be good at video games. Like, wonder if he still plays games like newer stuff, or if he only just plays the retro games.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Pictures? I'm kidding. I'm sorry to hear that.
My mom kind of hates him right now, and she says she's...
Where is the parents here?
...seeking missile to take out Cinnamon.
They're probably both... Oh, there she is.
I was gonna say, is he the only one here or something? It's like kind of weird.
Whoa. Yeah, I played when I was your age.
Were you any good?
I was pretty good at some of the classic games.
Classics, you mean like Halo and Call of Duty?
No,
Classics, I mean like
real
Halo and
classics. Defender, Pac-Man, Asteroids. Games you played in an arcade.
That's a big closet.
It's a very big closet. I bet they both work though.
I'm sobbing on the floor of my closet drinking Chardonnay out of a sippy cup, so I guess not.
Why does she still have a sippy cup? Her kid's old, man.
I mean, just doesn't get rid of stuff. I don't know. Or that's her designated Chardonnay cup or something.
I want to talk about it.
No. Yes.
Sir, we are in the midst of an aerial attack by an unidentified force. Activate the QRF.
Yep, that's gonna work. Now you're turning into pixels.
I was a billionaire, and we were out on my giant yacht in the middle of the Mediterranean sipping champagne, and I went in to kiss you. Would you have kissed me back then?
Yes.
Hold that thought, snobby.
Yes, you're a snob.
For the record, I'm an amazing kisser. All us nerds are, because we appreciate it more.
Actually, yeah, I think that is
Brush
true.
your teeth this morning.
I hate a tic-tac.
Let me guess she works for the White House or something.
Oh, does she? I don't know.
I'm just guessing from the way the movie's going. I'm thinking that's probably the case.
Oh, yep. Maybe you're right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's a crazy woman following me. I guarantee she's here to shoot the president. And if I were you, I'd break out the
No, she's
billy club
not
and
here to
go
shoot
full
the
throttle on her.
president.
Seriously.
Go right on through, Lieutenant Colonel.
Oh, so she does work.
Why are you following me?
Oh, God.
Why is she questioning that? Like, it's obviously he's not following her if they let him in.
I was gonna say.
She should be like questioning, like, why are you here? Who do you know, sort of thing.
Yeah, see, they need me in the Situation Room, so have fun doing whatever you're doing. Mr. Brenner, the president is waiting for you in the Oval Office.
I'm gonna go do whatever I'm doing.
Somebody's more important.
Freddie, can you keep
Adam
the
Sandler
regret
can't
out of
moonwalk,
here?
so they have double for that.
That can't be real.
Okay, so you're seeing the same thing I'm seeing.
What kind of mushrooms did that guy put on our burger?
They're ready for you, Mr. President.
Great. I gotta explain this to the National Security Council. Listen, do me a favor, Sam. Watch that again, okay?
Why does he have to explain it? It's their job to explain it to him.
Oops.
Can I sit in your chair?
The president doesn't brief people. They brief him and say, this is what's going on.
I have a theory. I think based on analysis of the footage that preliminary indications are that we were attacked by Galaga.
By who, sir?
Galaga.
I'm thinking there's a cutting-edge multinational enterprise, an NGO, a think tank, maybe even a corporation.
This here is my old arcade game technical advisor person. Brenner here was the World Galaga champion. He knows everything there is to know about this game.
This is the 1982 arcade version, and all those machines, they recalled them, they reprogrammed them because there were glitches in the original code. You can see from the giant space bugs the way they come swooping in.
Kind of ziggy-zaggy.
Our nation has just been attacked by an unknown military force. If this gets out to the press that we're pinning the blame on some old computer game, they'll not only mock you in the news, Mr. President, they'd impeach you.
But why did he even bring him into the White House for if all he's going to be like, oh, there's this going on. What do you think? Oh, it looks like Galaga. And he's like, yeah, it does. And then that's kind of it.
Bye.
Gonna drug me? Only as a last resort. What are you? There was something I had to tell you. Why didn't you call me then? Because the CIA has been tapping my phones.
He doesn't know you're supposed to change the label on chloroform so you're not walking around with a bomb that says chloroform on it.
Ludlow, it is you.
I just put it in an Aquafina bottle.
You know.
I'm on an all-protein diet, but I'm also doing carbs. Good. But seriously, Brenner.
I'm on an all-protein diet, but I'm also doing carbs.
And let's just say...
What do they mean by 3 lives? What is that?
Aha, if I may. See, that's just
Okay, he played video games in the 80s. He knows what 3 lives mean.
Yeah.
I can't
authorize a military response based off a video that looks like it was made by a couple of high school kids?
You got to at least.
Isn't he the president? Couldn't he do anything? If there's reason to believe that there's a
I don't know.
Does he have to say the truth? Could he just say like this, and then they could just do it behind the scenes?
It's basically, if you know something and you can't justify it, it's like, oh, we'll find some way to justify it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
We'll get intelligence professionals to sign off on it, and then you can do whatever you want. Say it's India, so like, oh, it has to have the Taj Mahal because that's the only thing people know from India, even though it's a big country.
Pong?
Looks like a breaker somewhere.
Sorry about that, everybody. I know it's weird. Two buffoons like me and this guy giving advice to you badasses. But the truth is, we've been training since childhood. We've been training our prefrontal cortex to perform extremely complex motor feats with hand-eye coordination unique to a very specific cognitive acuity. All of it's been meaningless.
I mean, do they act like military people don't play video games?
But suddenly,
that's not what I heard.
No.
I've heard like from both people that I know in the military that a lot of people play video games in the military.
It's very common.
Because they're really behind. They've already lost 2, so they've gotta. Probably should get out of there. Don't you think they would have cleared it out before?
You'd think so.
Easy with those light cannons, gentlemen. We don't have any backups.
Why would you not have any backups?
Maybe that's all they can make in the time frame.
Computer models show a great likelihood of effectiveness.
If we need you, we know where to find you. All right, now bug it off. Bloody geek.
Oof, I hate guys who are like, oh, video games are horrible. Why are you playing them when you're an adult?
Yeah, that's totally me. Why doesn't even play video games?
Jeez.
Every time he hits a mushroom, he's gonna change direction. Let go, will you please find the pattern and anticipate? I don't know the pattern.
The thing with arcade games though was they just went until you finally lost.
Yeah.
So it's like, if they're based off of arcade games, is that how they're gonna go? Like, when do you stop?
That's a good question. Yeah, how would you?
Yeah, because you could just have another level where it just speeds up and gets more erratic.
Drinks on the U.S. government, which is covering up the truth about the ancient pyramid under the Hoover Dam.
What the frick are you talking about?
You know, you're all right, Printer.
Also, if it's on the U.S. government, that means that we're paying it for it as taxpayers. Thank you.
When are you going to start hitting it?
We ding up a few foreign.
He thinks the Hoover Dam is real. Can you believe it?
Full-on alien invasion. I'm thinking something a little stronger.
To drink you under the table. Oh.
I wonder if Dan Aykroyd agreed to his cameo in exchange of them including his vodka in the movie.
Please accept one of our warriors as a trophy of your victory.
The next challenge will not be as easy. The details will be sent via this signal shortly. Remember, we are still leading 2 battles to 1.
Let's get back to work. We gotta get you guys ready for your next battle.
Battle? Us? Huh?
This is like a regular thing now?
Remember when I told you that you were meant for something?
I thought they knew the deal here. It was like there was 3 lives.
Yeah, they were the ones who told him that there were 3 lives.
So why are they acting surprised? Like, oh, you did good in this last one, so we're gonna have you in the second one. It's like, wait, why? It's like, do you really need to ask?
You know, he's right, Brenner.
Demands.
don't know if his crimes are federal or state, but I mean, if they're federal, you could just pardon them.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
If they're state, you could just talk to the governor and be like, you can pardon them.
Oh my God. I don't want to pay no taxes, like, forever. And no sales tax. If I want to buy some, for instance, gum, I want to flash me a card that says I saved the world. I don't have to pay no shitballs taxes on the gum.
How do I save the world then?
And I want to stealth attack helicopter. Get you out of here.
Would the president himself really be going to do this sort of negotiation?
Probably not, no.
I couldn't imagine that being the case. It's like, why not just send someone to do it? I'm sure there's plenty of people who can negotiate on behalf. I mean, they're not that hands-on.
Oh no, light cannons don't kill Pac-Man. Those little ghosts do.
Boom. Let's get us some little ghosts.
You want ghosts?
She's got ghosts.
So they had those ready?
But they had to have all of the different games types available.
Well, I mean,
they had to come up with something. Well, I guess a light cannon could work for a plethora of games.
Well, I mean, they even mentioned Space Invaders.
Well, isn't that like the little like anything that's a shooter would be light cannon? Yes.
I mean, if it wasn't, what about if it was Pac-Man then? They would have been completely unprepared.
The creator of Pac-Man.
They're good at playing video games. Where does that equate to being good at driving?
Let's locate.
I don't know. That you're right. That isn't.
It's not the same skill. I'm sure they could find like a lot of professional drivers who'd be good for this sort of thing.
That's true. Yeah.
Like this time, there's not even saying like you have to follow a pattern or know the game or anything. It's like no, you just have to hit them 3 times with your car. It's like okay.
Pac-Man's a bad guy?
Okay, dude, don't do that.
Professor Iwatani, get back in the car.
Professor Iwatani, what are you doing?
I will talk to him. He's my son.
No, that's a bad idea.
What's the requirements for the aliens to win? Like, does Pac-Man just have to be going around for so long before he wins?
Or take them out, right? Like when they turn blue, because they can turn blue, so if they take them out, then they win. Pac-Man wins.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they just got here. Pac-Man's already been going around, so...
But he hasn't eaten the cars as blue ghosts yet.
But they're just cars. Do they turn blue?
There's got to be a way for them to turn blue, right?
I mean, in the game, yes, but I don't know in this scenario.
Once again, I think they would shut down this part of the city if this was happening.
Yeah. They'd probably give the cars at least sirens or something, too.
Yeah.
Pac-Man's always been faster than the ghost. We're gonna have to outmaneuver his ass.
Oh, yeah, there you go, cherries. They made the stuff, so he eats a ball. Oh, see, now they're blue.
Oh, God, no.
Oh God, no what?
He ate the power pellet. Pac-Man's got 10 seconds where he can eat us.
Okay, you could say Pac-Man can eat them at this point, but like, what about if they just never showed up? Would Pac-Man just be running around indefinitely?
I have no idea. Maybe it would just pick 3 random cars or whatever? 4 random cars.
Maybe?
Oh, you just got fire blasted, sucker!
Come on, Brenner. Come on.
Brenner, he's leading you directly towards one of the power pellets. Get out of there.
2.
Damn it, Brenner, I have a son who I'd like to see grow up.
3, you'll see your boy grow up. 7, 8, 9.
10. Hey. Hey. Check it out. I think I might have found our next trophy.
I mean, what are you supposed to do with those trophies?
For trophies! You keep like trophies.
So, if Cupid's one of their trophies, where's the dog now?
With the old lady, remember?
She gets to keep it?
Yeah, because nobody else probably doesn't care. Nobody cares. Like you said, why do you care? Like, what do you do with them?
Girls like that who steal husbands, they always got one thing wrong with them. Come on.
I mean, I think that's a pretty big thing wrong with them if they're stealing.
They're gonna say, yeah, they're gonna.
And being a homewrecker is pretty bad.
Two different nostrils.
No, she's flawless.
And there's also all those times where you hear about like men cheating on their wives and the person they cheated on with is way uglier.
They're always uglier.
That happens too often.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Good. So tonight, your dopey ex-husband.
It's like, was he drunk or something?
He's saying, what kind of choice
Might have been.
Can I have some of that? No? I thought we were splitting it.
Hoo-yah!
A Bud Light? Would that really do anything to you?
No, it's like water.
What else would I do?
There's so many ways that you can, like, I'm sorry, but like being a video game nerd, being big like that, especially after saving the world, like, ride that meme.
Yeah, there's nothing that you could do. It's not like you're like, oh, everything goes back to normal.
Yeah.
I mean, you can even go out and give talks on your experience doing that or whatever and charge like 25, 30, 40K an appearance.
True, yeah.
Even just show up at cons and charge the sign.
There you go, exactly.
You could do something with it.
A special message to the arcaders from the students of PS 427 in New York City.
I hate that New York does that.
They don't even bother naming
Yeah, they
it.
just give them a freaking number.
People of Earth, you have violated the rules of warfare, dudes.
Violated the rules?
Earth. After that,
Then why did they send him Hubert?
about your precious
They just found out, apparently.
And what do they mean violated the rules? I mean, there wasn't rules established.
The established rules are the arcade rules.
That's what you do. Like, how could you really even cheat at what they did in Pac-Man?
Let's see that. I agree with that.
I mean, it's like, oh, we have to chase him down in cars. It's like, were those not the right cars?
You've been a cheater your whole life?
Wait a minute.
Cheaters win in real life, by the way.
Well, if he, I understand using codes in the game to like help you out. How would that translate into real life? Like, what would he? How when he's driving the car? How would he enter a code, and what would it do to the mechanics of the car to make it go faster?
Also, if they were just visually seeing the games, how would they know the cheat codes? It's just a visual thing.
Yeah.
So I don't understand that either.
That doesn't make any sense. It's like, yeah, you could cheat in a game, but you can't translate that to real life.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get smart with me, Colonel.
Guess you're not gonna see your son grow up.
Got her.
They tried to take me to some underground bunker, so I went rogue.
That doesn't make you a good president.
No, that's pretty bad.
Want a kid? You gotta stay on the ground. These
I guess if your approval rating's already in the toilet, who cares?
Laugh much. Love all.
Don't tell anyone I killed a Smurf.
She has a son. She probably plays video games with him. Just saying.
And you should. If you have a kid who plays video games, then you probably should play with them.
Yeah.
If you defeat him, you save your planet and destroy our warriors. But if you lose...
At least I can die a happy man knowing that I found true love.
Just kill him.
Yeah, he's weird anyway.
She's not really real, so I guess it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I guess as long as they don't bring the cat girls to life, we'll be fine.
What is that noise?
Oh, Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong.
Of course.
One game you suck at.
Yeah.
I mean, he was good at it. He was the second best in the world.
That's true. No, he was the first best because he cheated.
That's true. I take it they're not allowed to just shoot him.
Hammer, right?
Yeah, you need the hammer.
I'm the Donkey Kong champion of the world.
So he wasn't confident enough knowing that he was the second best in the world. He has to be the first best. You know, if I went into this, like, this is the game and it's like, you've been ranked as the second best in the world, like, okay, well, then I should have this under control.
Yeah. And why would they only dump it in one city? Do they only have one ship?
I guess it's the mothership. They can't have motherships.
They don't have smaller ships though?
I guess not.
Can you hit Donkey Kong with that?
Yeah, you just really have to get up there and rescue the princess. At least that's how the game's supposed to be.
I'm surprised that mallet works with fire.
I've been waiting to do this since 1982.
Oh, I guess I just got my answer.
Hey, we won! No more taxes!
No more taxes. Can we all have that?
That is something to celebrate.
No.
I mean, the government apparently can build human-like robots. Just build him one as a thank you.
Oh, there you go.
You are the best in the world. The Donkey Kong.
That's right, I am.
Ludlow, what's the matter, buddy?
Is he still though? Because that was a long time ago.
Yeah, probably not anymore.
Yeah.
Lady
I mean, back
Lisa,
then, yes, he would.
She made an appearance, and while you guys were out, saving the world, you kind of destroyed his.
He's just a bunch of pixels.
No, so he can do whatever.
You just saw Kiss Cubert.
But no one else is weirded out by
Yeah,
this?
that's Cubert. That's weird.
Yes, Renee.
Mr. President.
Okay, so that was Pixels. There was moments I liked about it. Others, not so much. What about you?
Yeah, probably have similar feelings to that. Yeah, it's okay.
It's just kind of mid.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if somebody was watching it, I'd watch it with them, but I wouldn't turn it on myself.
Yeah, I mean, I do remember this movie getting a lot of hate when it came out, and like, I can understand where that's coming from, but because there was moments where, like, I even pointed out some of them where it's like it feels like they got a joke and they're just kind of dragging it out a little too long, and there was other moments where it's like the humor just didn't land. And when you have a comedy where the humor is not landing, well, it's like it doesn't really have a whole lot there.
And I guess if I like as a nerd, it's like not every nerd acts like that, so it's kind of like
It's like the Big Bang Theory of nerds.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
like people who aren't nerds trying to write how they think nerds are.
And it's just sad because I'm sure there are people like that, but I don't even think that the vast majority of nerds, even especially now when you watch, like, especially YouTube channels, the nerd culture, there's not very many of those really, like.
There's people who are out there, but yeah, it's like I would say they're probably the exception. Other than the rule, they were clearly leaning into the nostalgia aspect of a lot of this stuff, and even though many of the things were a little before my time, I still got a lot of what they were going for on this one. What about you? Like, I know you obviously recognize certain things like Pac-Man and Q*bert. Did you understand most of the references they had, or did it feel like it was just kind of over your head?
Well, I knew about that stuff because Mom played that stuff when we were kids, so it's not like it was out of our like wheelhouse, but that was just because our parents played it. That's how like kids get introduced even nowadays.
So that's how
stuff. So that doesn't necessarily mean that we don't know about it, but it was, like you said, before our time. It is our parents.
So you were familiar with it, as in like you're familiar that your parents played with it, whereas like I'm a little bit older, so I'm familiar because it's like I was kind of there at the tail end of many of those things. And like I said, the first game I ever played was Pac-Man on the Atari 2600, but that was because my parents didn't have a NES, so that was the first, they held on to that Atari for quite a while, and that's where we played it from.
Oh yeah,
We literally went from the Atari 2600 to the Super NES. That's how our game consoles went in our household growing up.
Oh yeah.
Other than that, what did you think about a lot of the humor and things like that? And
well, like you said, I feel like it's a lot of mischaracterization or misunderstanding of nerd culture. They kind of just like, this is your stereotypical, and I wonder if it does harken back because like nowadays nerds aren't like that, but I don't know what they were like in the 80s.
Mm-hmm. This clearly isn't like the most intelligent written story. It was just an excuse to,
and I find that very funny because if you're trying to appeal to nerds, people like get obsessed with stuff, and then you're over here like lowballing with comedy and stuff,
being
like,
lazy about it.
That's super funny because nerds get into their stuff, and when they get into their stuff, they pay attention to everything, and you can't pull the wool over their eyes.
Well,
so if you're trying to appeal to a mainstream audience and not the nerds,
that's probably why this didn't work out when it initially came out. Like I said though, I mean, I thought there was some stuff on it I enjoyed. I mean, I thought the premise was, I mean, it was somewhat creative. The action scenes they had were okay. I mean, they looked interesting enough with the effects they had with the pixelization of stuff. It's like, all right, that's kind of cool.
It reminds me of the Tesseract.
The Tesseract? Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I was getting a lot of vibes from a video game High School. I don't know if you've ever seen that. It was a web series or whatever, but I mean, that's kind of reminded me of, I was getting that kind of impression from it. It was just done obviously with more of a budget than what that did. So I don't hate this movie. Like, I don't think it was good. I mean, it's definitely kind of what I was saying before at the start, where Adam Sandler movies are a bit of hit or miss, especially in recent years. I would say that was probably one of his miss, but it's not necessarily like as bad as something like Jack and Jill.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, that was awful. It wasn't funny at all. I think there was some redeeming qualities about this one, I think, but for the most part, I don't think it was good. But I mean, if you like a lot of his other stuff, and it looks like at least you're curious about it, then you should maybe check it out. Make up your own mind about it, because I can see this. People either liking it or not. I mean, it really is kind of up in the air.
I think, like I said, I wouldn't really, like, if you're flipping through channels and you're like, oh, this is on, and there's something else on.
There's plenty of worse stuff out there you can be watching. Yeah.
I feel like this isn't something that you're like, oh, yay, Pixels is on.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, but you're like, oh, it's like, flip really fast through it. Either, like, get away from the channel as far as possible either, so.
It's one of those movies where you're just like, yeah.
Shut off your brain, watch popcorn.
You definitely have to shut off your brain while watching this one, because if you think about it, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It's very stupid.
Yep.
Okay, well, I guess that's kind of our final thoughts on this one. If you've seen this movie, let us know what you think about this movie in the comment section below. If you have any suggestions on future movies we can check out, also leave a comment for those, because we'd be happy to hear what other people think we should be watching on this channel. And again, if you can, just click that subscribe button if you want to make sure you catch all of our latest reaction videos to movies. And don't forget to click that like button and share this video out there too, because it really helps us out. So,
and if you have any like other actual good nerdy movies that actually represent nerd culture that people that are nerdy would actually approve of, that'd be cool to watch something that is actually like, you don't have to turn your brain off. You can actually be like, oh yeah, I followed through that.
It's actually made for made by people for the target audience. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I'd leave suggestions for some of those too, because we'd be happy to check those out too. Oh, I guess that's it. Take it easy.